What does the research say about parent involvement?
Well, Delia, we have a lot of good information now from the research about the effects of family and community engagement actually on student achievement. And what we found is that we know more about three things. We know more about the why family engagement is important. So we know that when families are engaged in their children's education, we see great results like better attendance in school. Of course, we can't teach children if they're not attending regularly, so that's important. We see better attitudes about school. When families are involved in their children's education, their good attitude about schools transfers to their children. So we see better attitudes about school. Less discipline problems in school. We find that children whose parents are involved in their education go on to higher level programs. So these are the children who we see in our honors and AP classes. And then last but not least, we find that these are the kids who go on to higher education. So we know a lot now about why it's important. In terms of the what's really good is we have more information about the types of family involvement programs that really make a difference. So for example, today we're talking about reading. And we're finding that programs that are really linked to learning, where the program really stresses some sort of academic piece or focus, those are the programs that really have a great effect on student outcomes. We also know that programs that really focus on what goes on at home, which surprises a lot of educators because a lot of us have been focused on family involvement at schools, volunteering, bake sales, but that's really not where it's at. It's really how do we engage parents when they have their children when they're not with us. And so that's very, very important. And last but not least, we know more about how to engage families, and we know that relationships are very important. Building trustful and respectful relationships with families is really what brings families in.
Our children are our pride and joy, and when teachers call and communicate that our children did something great in the schools, it just builds the relationships between the parents and the teachers.
As a parent, it's important to me to know when my child's misbehaving or not applying himself academically, but also it's important to me to know when he's doing a good job and doing the things he should be. By knowing these things and bragging on my child, it helps us strengthen our relationship.
Positive feedback is so important to the student as well as the parent. Positive feedback keeps the children and parents connected.
I sometimes would like to know how they're doing. I know they're doing good, but just send me an email or a call and just let me know something my child did good that day. He helped somebody tie the shoes. That's something that is good news.
It's important for teachers to first find out what is the best line of communication for each parent. Many kids are raised by older parents or grandparents who may not always be so technologically savvy and still prefer print communication. So it's important to know the best way to reach them.
Please let me know if my child is struggling in a particular area. That is something as a parent I need to know. I don't want to wait till report cards come home to find out my child isn't doing well.
Parents are really busy, and it would be nice if the teachers could post the designated time that they're available to talk.
As a parent, I want teachers to let me know how you want me to communicate with you. Please let parents know whether you prefer phone calls, written notes, text messages, emails. Let us know how you want us to get in touch with you.
If parents do not feel like they're wanted or belong, they're not going to come to school. Something as simple as a smile or a nod or a simple hello can make anybody feel welcome. Parents know that the schools belong to them and that they're welcome at any time, as long as they're not a disruption to the classroom.
Teachers and administrators should make sure to inform parents of changes to procedures. For example, on the third week of school, I was told that I could no longer walk my daughters into our school, that I would have to park at the front entrance and go through the front office. I understood that this was a safety concern, but it made me feel somewhat unwelcome.
Not creating a welcoming environment tends to keep the parent away from the school and not as involved with the teachers or the staff.
Schools have a difficult job. They have to make our children safe, but they also have to make the parents feel welcome. One thing also that's important about this is not only making the parents feel welcome, but also making the children feel welcome so that they feel comfortable in their school.